Hey, Get Brocked here. I'm joined here. Well, I was joined here until he walked away. I'm joined here with Tidier from the CDF faction. At this point, you guys have probably seen episode 2 at least, maybe episode 3. Thus, you have a rough idea of who the CDF is. That is the Civilian Defense Force. They're an entity within the Get Brocked, I can't even say my own name right, Get Brocked Outlands universe. And they kind of act as a quasi-corporation meets private army meets contractor-esque thing. A lot of people like to call them like super corps or something like that, but I think my man Tidy here... Hold on, my dog is acting crazy. No, cut it out. Today we're going to be starting with the Caelius class, which is the CDF Corvette Frigate class, and my man Tidy here, actually responsible for all of these ships. CDF are quite lucky to have you. Tidy, you want to do any introductions, or?
Is there any introduction needed at this point? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, not much to say, actually. I've been around in space engineers for about 3 years now. Built a few different ships, posted a few of them on the workshop, and was pretty surprised about my own success there. And then one fateful day, I stumbled over a very, very interesting YouTube video showing you and a few other guys I don't know anymore diving down on the moon and a Pelican and get the absolute shit shot out of each other. And this is how I got hooked on the Get Brocked series and the Sigmarius series to be specific. Yeah, and now I landed here for some reason.
Yeah, well, the misery keeps going.
The misery keeps going.
Yeah,
I'm seriously happy to be here and happy to be part of the CDF.
To keep plugging stuff, the CDF is a faction within the Outlands series. Your people are free to join, viewers are free to join whatever faction, and they get to do things within the universe that are their own decisions. They're not just scripted out. Probably click in the top right for an explanation of what the hell's going on. But let's actually get to the featured program. The Caelius, would this be a Corvette or a frigate? I forgot.
This is started out as a Corvette until the scaling was nailed down, and by the determination of the series, it's now a frigate. Light frigate at this point, but still a frigate.
Okay, you want to talk to me about this first one? You were telling me this was like your initial Caelius prototype.
Exactly, this is what we were sitting on. When you brought me into the CDF and I started drafting on some ships, I was already working on a new series of ships, and I thought it was a good opportunity to bring them into the faction. This is the first draft of the Caelius class frigate, and it's based on an older Corvette I designed and has a lot, maybe a few flaws to be fair. And I ditched the design about halfway through. Then suddenly we need to get started, and we needed a frigate for the CDF. And I said, screw it, took a Protoss and went over to these ones right here. So the one in the middle is the CDF Caelius class frigate, currently seen in the series. Should have been appeared in a few episodes by now.
Yep.
And yeah, based on the Protoss, about the same size as the Protoss. Capabilities are a bit different, because way more high vision thrusters, and of course the nice assault weapon pack modded weapons. The ship itself was designed as a support vessel, mixed armament, point defense mainly, a missile launcher on the bow, and a few 150s, because I like the 150s.
Yeah, I think they're... I wouldn't be surprised if the 150s catch on in the series, as people slowly figure out that 220mm missiles don't hit very often. So you said this was more of a support utility vessel. That's kind of in line with how I designed the series class thing. And that's kind of how it works in the series. I think we find the frigates are a little too weak to fight the destroyers, so they kind of have to have utility if they're remotely useful, like scouting and jumping fast.
Yeah, at this point in the series, you already should have noticed the Caelius is kind of cursed, because it got jumped multiple times in the series, taken out quite instantly, hit by a single volley. The writers messed with her in episode 4 pretty good.
But
Caelius likes to die a lot, but we also have seen a lot of damage these ships can do, because if they're backed up by For example, a destroyer or heavier ship, they can slide in, drop a few volleys, and get out of there quite easily, and can also avoid a lot of fire, since they are so small.
Should we go inside?
Yeah, sure. After you.
I hope I have the keys. Yeah, I have the admin keys.
Don't be surprised, I left the script on this one. This is actually the ship that's... Maybe with this video, you're watching this on the workshop page right now. It will be released at some point, and this is the display version. We have a stripped down version for the server, of course, to save performance. But this has a full interior, has some quality of life scripts, airlock doors, and yeah, radar, what you know.
A pink control block.
Yeah, totally not stolen from... Yeah. If you've been in the series, you know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't have the luxury to hide my Easter eggs as Ace can do with the Eternity.
It's a little less space.
Yeah, it's a little less ship to cover. So...
I like this. I've noticed this new thing you have with the CDF logo.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these bright standard
the big blue one, yeah.
I made a few graphics. Wish I had the time to do more and replace them all, but yeah, bit more individual interfaces. Nice to see. So, main cargo bay, another airlock down here, because the ship is capable to land on a planet.
Yep.
With the model thrusters, every planet that is.
Yeah, there's going to be that's going to be an important thing coming up. We're going to be doing a lot of planet stuff, so the factions are going to need to rely on their cruisers, or not their cruisers, their frigates and maybe destroyers.
Exactly. So yeah, the thing was the frigate is not very capable in terms of combat, but you can land on a planet, drop your boys off, and be gone again.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the interior. It's like you could definitely actually do a series out of this, even though it's so small.
It was quite a pain in the ass, actually. When we started building the ships, the rules wasn't laid out completely yet. We didn't do the first test videos and see how much lag they produced.
Yeah.
I put interiors on all the ships because I like my ships pretty.
Yeah.
And at some point, all my ships land on the workshop, and I want the subscribers to be happy with them and not just walking the ship. Hey, there's nothing in here. What the fuck is this?
Box.
It's just a pretty box. Nothing inside the box.
Now, we'll use the interior ones probably even for upcoming... Jesus Christ. For the upcoming episode where we're doing the PvP thing, so both factions could potentially even do some boarding actions. We'll see.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, recreation room.
You're going to board the rider ships and be like, what the hell is this? This interior is just divided boxes.
Join the CDF, we have nice things.
Yeah, we have good interiors.
So, heart and soul of the CDF Caelius Frigate, the CIC, which is series-wise more the bridge and a single control seat, hidden behind a single layer of glass. So, if you take a volley to this section, you can kiss the ship and your ass goodbye.
Yeah. For a disclaimer, for the series, it's required that a visible bridge exists.
This is the covered ops version of the Caelius. So lower antenna range, smaller silhouette, darker colors, and a bit more on the point defense side, since I'm not sure yet the weapon count or the hard points amount is reduced on these ships.
I think it was the hard points, if I remember.
Yes. So less weapons in total, and so more point defense than heavier weapons. Interior on this one is also on the smaller side. I actually didn't bother to give the ship a full interior like in the display Caelius, but it's still a bit of stuff in here. You can check
don't
out.
Speak and the enemy listens. Yeah, much more Spartan compared to the other one in terms of...
Yeah, exactly. This is pretty much how the server version Caelius looks like. I think this still has oxygen tanks and a few other stuff I have to remove before it can deploy in the episode, but this is basically the Caelius in a form on the server, interior-wise. It still has the reactors and everything, but they are much more concealed than on the standard frigate. So if this gets damaged, it has to go to a dock. And instead, it has a little hangar bay where you can park in a single dropship. Maybe we can take a look at the smaller CDF vessels at some point, I don't know.
Yeah, we might do that. We might have like a single episode where all of the small ships get covered.
All right, let's take the quick way out, and I think we can move on.
Okay, cool. I'll probably do it as a second video to talk about the Viminal and the Aventine. So let's go over there.
All right.
Hey, thanks for watching. That was a quick look at the Caelius class from the CDF in the Get Brocked Outlands series. If you're interested in joining the Outlands series, head on over to Discord. We'll get you sorted. You can join a faction, assist building ships, or occasionally just jump in and help out with being cannon fodder. The world is your oyster. Alright, let's get Brock for you. I'll see you around.